Hello, I'm Richard Ferro, CEO of APMG International, and it's my pleasure to introduce this episode of APMG Partner Spotlight. This is a platform for key leaders to present their innovative solutions for today's business challenges. I'd like to welcome our guest, Christina Sejr Pedersen, Executive Director of the Half Double Institute. Christina will be introducing the Half Double methodology, a proven approach to revolutionising project success. Developed in collaboration with leading universities and top project managers, this methodology has been rigorously tested across 16 pilot projects, achieving an impressive 87% success rate in fulfilling project goals. This is effectively 3 times the industry average. Please stay tuned for a live Q&A segment following the main presentation.
Good afternoon. My name is Christina Sejr Pedersen, and welcome to this APMG Spotlight, where we're introducing the Half Double methodology. I'm the Executive Director of the Half Double Institute, and I've had over 25 years of experience in the project management industry, all the way from project manager to program manager, head of PMO, director of PMO, vice president of project management. And what I saw consistently throughout my career is that not enough projects were successful. Some studies even suggest that only 30% of projects are actually successful. And as a project management professional, and speaking on behalf of the project management community, I don't think that's good enough. I think we need to do better. So together with 2 other partners here in Denmark, we started the Half Double Institute. And what is the ambition and why do we have this name, the Half Double Institute? Is because what we wanted to create was a project management methodology that would give you projects in half the time with double the impact. Just think about that for a moment. If all projects that we do around the world could create double the impact in half the time. So that is the ambition of the Half Double Institute. We're a non-profit institute based in Denmark, where the only purpose we have is to create more successful projects, to create more successful companies and organizations. And in order to do that, we teamed up with the best companies we knew and the best project managers we knew. And we looked at what actually does it take to create a successful project. And that is what we're going to hear about today. So what is the result of all the work that we did with these great companies and these great project managers? What did we come up with that we think will give you double the impact in half the time? Let's watch a short video that introduces the concept.
Too few projects are successful.
1/3. That number is simply not good enough.
There's a lot of things in Half Double that really excites me. I think the fact that it's been proven that Half Double actually paves the way for people involved in project management, how they can be more successful by simply creating more value, more impact, and even save time and resources while doing it. And that really excites me.
We are in this project factory mode, where a lot of the activities in daily life in a company happens in the form of project. We saw a need to upskill competences in Danish companies to be more efficient, more effective, have more impact, increase agility.
Let's have a look at the very best projects, and let's talk with some of the best project people that we know. And in that way, we created a whole community of fantastic people who helped us develop the concept.
I'm Per Sveivik. I'm Associate Professor here at Aarhus University. In specific situations and given projects, we are able to increase the success rate and we are able to speed up the project. At the core of the Half Double methodology, we have impact, flow, and leadership.
The reason it's so important to focus on impact is that it clearly outlines what will it take in order for the project to be successful. In the impact session, we have people from all parts of the organization. It allows us to identify potential pitfalls or opportunities, and by focusing on that, we create speed.
Sprints create intensity and focus, but central to this are the project room and visual planning. It's very motivating for team members to get feedback that enables fast decisions. And fast decisions drive constant progress.
My role has changed a lot. The team can manage themselves. So my role is to make sure that they have the right environment to execute a project. I can spend more time on finding new opportunities instead of discussing what we are doing.
So this is the latest result. It has 50% longer battery time. It's 20% smaller in size, so it's the most comfortable experience we've ever delivered.
New products in the market in half the time.
We cut down implementation time with half double, 30%, from 59 weeks to 39 weeks.
We have evaluated 16 projects using the half-double methodology. I would call it a promising result.
Our wish and hope, of course, is that as many companies as possible adopt this new way of thinking, and hopefully it will spread to become a new standard within how you run projects.
Half-double is an open, generic methodology, which means that it's not business specific or sector specific in any way. That's what's so ingenious and so compelling about it.
Get some impact. See how it works. Nice, and then you work from there.
It's a game changer.
Welcome back. So we mentioned in the video that this is a hybrid method. And what does that actually mean? A hybrid method is a method that is a mix of other methodologies or even new concepts. So what we have done at the Half Double Institute is that we have taken the best tools and thinking from the more traditional project management methodologies and what we believe that they got right in the Agile and Scrum approach to projects. We've curated the best elements for those two schools of thinking and we put it into the half-double methodology. And then we've added a big splash of leadership because all projects are populated by people. And it means that you should put people before processes. That is what we believe at the Half Double Institute. And why is a hybrid methodology what is needed in project management right now? Well, first of all, the stakeholder environment for projects are just massively more complex than it used to be. The pace of business and the transformations required by organizations are ever increasing. And then last, but maybe most important, is that we believe that crisis is the new normal. If you think, oh, I just have to get through this crisis and then everything will turn back to normal, you're wrong. We're going to go from crisis to crisis. So our project management methodology have to be fit for purpose and have to curate what has been successful in all of the project methodologies out there. And this is exactly what the half-double methodology is. We have taken the best from both of these worlds and put into one easy model. So what is this method? Well, actually, you see it right on your screen right now. One of the things that we wanted to do with the half-double methodology is create something that's simple. So what you see here is what we call the half-double wheel. And that's the entirety of the method. There's not 1,000 pages behind, there's not 200 slides. There are some methods and some tools, but we wanted to make it simple. And there's a big element of local translation. We call it an adaptable project model. We know that not all organizations and not all companies are alike. You need to tailor your project approach to your specific organization. And then, as I already mentioned, the method is a hybrid. What we found out is that if you want to have successful projects, you need to focus on 3 core elements. The first one is impact. One of the things that we say in the half-double methodology is you should focus a little less on deliverables and much more on impact. You are doing this project in order to create impact. The deliverables are a means to an end, so you should focus on impact at the beginning, at the middle, and the end of a project. Second of all, flow. This is very inspired by the Agile thinking. So having highly allocated project team members that are not doing 10 projects at a time, co-locate them either physically or virtual so that you are working on the same projects on the same time. Use visual planning tools. Don't just hide your project plan in a computer, get them on the wall and use visual tools. And then thirdly, focus on leadership. As I said earlier, all projects are populated by people. And the project leader should be a people leader more than a process leader. And also because change is the new normal, you as a project leader have to focus on being adaptable, being able to change your project as the world around you changes. Does this work? We think it does. As Per Svejvig, the professor in the video, said, he has looked at a lot of projects that is run by the half-double methodology and then compared it with projects run by other methods or with no method at all. And we have a very high success rate. 93% of projects run using the half-double methodology are successful. I think that's a number worth noting. We believe that if you use the three core elements of the half-double methodology, you will be more successful in your projects. But don't just take it from me. Here is a short video with one of the very early adopters of the half-double methodology explaining how they have used the method and what results they have gotten.
Compared to how we used to start a project, the key difference with half-double is that we align on why are we doing this project at all. So setting clear goals on how it's going to be successful and how we create impact. The reason it's so important to focus on impact is that it clearly outlines why are we doing this project and what will it take in order for the project to be successful. By focusing on these things, we create speed and we get results earlier. It also allows us to identify potential pitfalls or opportunities. What we do in the impact session is to keep it very real, very focused and very physical. So no laptops, no smartphones. We use posters on the wall. We try to make everyone very present. In the impact session, we have people from all parts of the organization, from R&D, from sales, marketing, operations, user experience, so forth. Together we create the success criteria for the project. So half-double allows us to bring the leadership team closer to the project. That gives us faster decision-making, and it also motivates the team because they feel part of the success of the project. So this is the latest result of this way of working. It has 50% longer battery time, it's 20% smaller in size, so it's the most comfortable experience we've ever delivered. In Jabra, we started half-double with R&D, and now we're rolling it out to all parts of the organization.
So, are you interested to learn more? We offer trainings and certifications in the half-double methodology. There's 3 levels. Let's start with the first one, the foundation certification. After 3 days of training, either in person or virtually, you do a multiple choice online test and you get the foundation certificate. This proves that you have understood the half-double methodology and you have practiced using the tools in a training setting. The target for this kind of certification can be project managers, project participants, or even PMO professionals who are wondering whether the half-double methodology would be an interesting methodology to introduce into your organizations. If you're interested to learn even more, our next level is called practitioner. You go on a 1-day training, and then you go back into your organization and you practice using one or all of the tools in the half-double on an actual project. You write a short report where you reflect on what has worked well and what hasn't worked so well, and you get an interview with a half-double trained assessor, and after that you become a half-double practitioner. If you're interested to learn even more and really go into depth with the half-double methodology, you can take the highest level called the master level. That's where you make a real impact with Half Double. You understand the tools in their entirety, you're able to use all of the tools on a project, and you're able to teach and mentor others into the Half Double methodology. We have tried to take an approach to the training and certification that is very, very close to real life. It also means you cannot take the certification without the training, because we believe that project management is a practical discipline where you have to try out the tools, first in a training session and then in a real-life setting, in order to become a truly successful project manager. If you're interested in this training, I encourage you to go to the Half Double Institute website and learn more. You can see all the great organizations that offer the Half Double training and the Half Double certification on our website. And even if you're just interested in learning more about the method, I encourage you to go to our website. The whole methodology is fully presented there. You can read about the different elements, the different methods, and the different tools. And you can watch a lot more videos from companies that have actually used the tools and how they've been successful in using the Half Double methodology. And if you're interested in the science behind, the reports from Professor Per Sveivig can also be found on our website, and it will go through the different case studies that he has done and what has worked for organizations from different industries and of different size. And then if you're ready to learn more, please join us at one of our trainings. And if you're interested in starting a conversation about Half Double, I encourage you to write an email to me. I'm more than happy to speak more about the Half Double methodology and what it can do for your organization or your company. So thank you for your time.
What a great introduction to the methodology there, Christina, and no doubt that's
Thank you very much.
whetted the appetite of our listeners. So do go check out the Half Double Institute website, take a look at the method, see how it could work for you, because I no doubt those alarming success and failure rates that we've seen, no doubt that will resonate with many in the audience. So do take a look, because it could be the tool for you. So my name is Mark Constable. We're going to get into some questions now. So I'm joined by Christina, who you've just heard from, and we'll see if we can answer some questions in the time that we have. So we're going to start off with our first question. So, and that's about the certification. So how long is the certification valid for, Christina?
Yes, so we've chosen to make the foundation certification a lifelong certification. It's an introduction to Half Double. Once you know the tools and once you pass the test, you do not lose this certification because it is based on knowledge. The practitioner certification needs to be renewed every third year. That is an interview with a Half Double trained assessor and appointed by APMG. And the same goes for the master certificate. Those two require that you continuously use the Half Double methodology. So therefore, in order to keep those two certifications, every third year you have to take a short recertification.
Okay, thank you. And the next question, I think, is around accreditation. So obviously, you guys at the Institute work with us here at APMG on the accreditation and certification side of things. So can you elaborate on the importance of accreditation and quality control from APMG?
Yes, I think it was without doubt that when we started developing the training and we wanted to have a certificate, we reached out to APMG to make sure that we had the quality control and also the neutral party that would be able to make sure that once you get a Half Double certification, you have lived up to certain quality standards. So by working with APMG, we ensure that, first of all, the tests and the certification itself is of the highest quality. And we also ensure that those that go through the test and achieve the certification actually have passed industry standard tests. So we're very happy with this cooperation.
Fantastic. That's what we like to hear. And I think the next question kind of follows on from the first one. So, how does your certification stay current?
So once you pass the certification, or even if you just want to join, we have a half double community that you join. And by joining the half double community, you are able to get access to newsletters. We send out blog posts and other things that discuss different parts of the half double methodology and how it is relevant in new developments, things that we see in the business environment. So by joining the half double community, you get to stay up to date with what we think are the most important questions that project professionals should ask themselves.
Fantastic. And the next question. So this is around the format of the training. So you can tell us a bit more about the format of the training and exams.
Yes, thank you for that question, Mark. I alluded a little bit to it in the introduction, the video there. So I think in opposition to some of the other project management certifications out there, we have chosen to not have a certification that you can do as an online exam without a training that is connected to it. And the reason why we do that is that my institute has the purpose of creating impact and making better projects. We're a nonprofit, so that is our sole purpose. So we have looked at what do we believe makes the best project managers. And we believe that project management is not a science, it's a practical discipline. It's like learning to ride a bike. I don't think you'll be able to learn to ride a bike by reading a book. You need to try it out. So therefore, we insist that our certification is always connected with either in person or, of course, training online. So that is how it works. Usually, if you go on a foundation course, which is the bulk of our trainings, you get the test right at the end of the third day. So you don't have to do anything extra afterwards. The certification, the exam is built into your 3 days of training. And the person that teaches is also going to be the one that administers the test. So we try to make it as easy as possible to get a certification.
Okay, thank you very much, Christina. And so next question. In the training option, I see no specifics that involve leadership. Can you elaborate on this?
Well, first of all, we have not spread out our different sort of elements of the model. Once you go into one of the half double trainings, you will get the leadership module as well. And the reason why we haven't spread it out is because what the science shows, and this is research from Professor Pierre Zweivie, is that the 3 elements go together. You have to use all the 3 elements of half double in order to get the most success in your projects. So we don't like to split it out. So usually a half double foundation training is 3 days. And it actually works out really well. So you have 1 day where you train and learn about impact, 1 day where you train and learn about how to create flow in your projects. And then on the last day, the third day, you learn about our view of leadership. So in the training options, you do get into leadership, but it has to be seen as a whole. I don't believe that you can separate it out. It's a choice we've made for sure, but I think it's the right choice in order to create the maximum impact in your projects.
Thanks very much. And the next question. So my organization uses Scrum, Agile, and Prince2. All seem to work against each other. How do you suggest we change this?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think they necessarily need to work against each other. That depends a little bit on the implementation. I do see that Scrum and Agile sort of belongs in the corner of the Agile methodologies, and I would say that Prince2, at least in its origin, is a more prescriptive traditional project management model. And this is exactly the point of half double. We've sort of taken the best from both worlds and put them together. So of course, I'm a little biased here, but I would, of course, suggest that in order to change that, you actually look at the half-double methodology, which is a hybrid model that incorporates the very best from Scrum and Agile and Prince 2. And in connection with that, what I'd like to say, and I'm not trying to be too critical of the Scrum and Agile movement, because they added a lot of value into the project management community. But I think one of the mistakes that were made in the movement towards agility was, I think the Americans uses the phrase to throw the baby out with the bathwater, if you understand what I mean, that we, in that movement, forgot the valuable things that were actually present in the more traditional project management models. And we went a little too far. So I think what the hybrid movement that is now the new black in project management does is that it recognizes the value in both of these schools of thinking. And I, of course, would say the half-double is the best curated hybrid model out there that takes the best from both worlds and then add this very, very important people leadership element. I hope that answers the question.
I sure think so. We'll move on to the next one. So could you please explain how a project should practically focus on impact rather than deliverables?
Yes. So let me just right off the bat say, I am not saying you should not have any deliverables in your projects. Deliverables is a great value add. It's what came out as one of the great aha moments when project management in the 40s and 50s grew out of especially the construction industry. What I'm saying is that what I've seen some project managers have made the biggest mistakes is that they focused completely on deliverables and maybe forgot in the heat of the moment why they are doing the project. The deliverables is never the end of a project. It's always a means to an end. So with the tools that we have in the half-double model, we make sure that we start with the impact. We keep asking, why are we doing this project? And then we tailor the deliverables to deliver impact as early as possible. And when we then, during the project, always check back on the impact, we have the liberty to sometimes change the deliverables. One of the biggest mistakes that happen in project management, in my honest opinion, is that project managers get a little too stuck on the deliverables and they sort of close their focus and focus just on delivering that, even if things have changed around them. Biggest mistake ever. So we wanted to counteract that. So weekly, you actually revisit your impact to make sure, is this still why we're doing? Is it still the right thing for the business or the world? And then you can tailor your deliverables and you have the ability to change them a little bit more. I think that's the short answer. If you want more, of course, you'll have to dive into our trainings.
Thanks, Christina. That brings us on nicely to the next question, which is around the training. So how much does the half-double foundation tutor-led training cost, please, including the exam?
Yes, so we have all of that information on our website. Right now, the half-double training is offered in Denmark and Norway only. We are coming very soon to the English market. So I'd have to, if this was an English question, I'd have to convert into pounds in my head. So I would, let me see, that would be, wow, okay, my math is not that great. About 1,100 pounds. And that is including the exam. If you do it online, it is somewhat cheaper. But all of that information is, and we do it from Denmark and Norway, both in English and Danish and Norwegian. I just want to get that out there. You don't have to learn Danish and Norwegian to get the training, but that is the level of the cost, and it includes always the certification.
Great, thanks, Christina. Let's see what our next question is. So next one is pass mark. So it says pass mark of the exam, but obviously there's more than one. So perhaps we'll cover all of them.
So the the written multiple online test for the foundation exam consists of 40 questions, and you have to get at least 32 right in order to pass the exam. For the practitioner, it's a little more subjective, because what you do in the practitioner learning journey is you go on a one-day sort of boost training where we just remind you about the tools and the methods. Then you go back to your organization and you have to try it out on a project, and you write a short report. And then you get about a half an hour interview with an APMG approved assessor. And that person will then actually determine whether you pass or not. And the same process is for the master exam. Here, the requirements to pass is just a lot harder.
Okay, thank you very much. I think we've got a couple more questions coming in. So next one is, what are the main box, I think that'd be body of knowledge,
Yes.
or publications for the certification, and where can I purchase them, or is there a particular recommended reading?
Yes. So we have 2 books out. One is called the Foundation Guide, and that comes out in Danish and English as well. And that is the book. Most training organizations that offer the half double training actually include that in the course price. So you get that sent to you beforehand, so you have a chance just to prepare for the training. So that is called the Foundation Guide for the half double methodology, and it's available through Amazon. It's published by the Van Haren Publishing Company in Holland, so you can also go to their website. That will give you a quick overview. If you want to delve into all of the things behind how did the methodology come to life, there's lots of case studies. We talk to thought leaders. There is the half double book, and it's also available on Amazon and through Van Haren. And it's a larger book with lots of tables and lots of case studies. So if you would like to get more knowledgeable, I'd certainly recommend that you look at the half double book. But as I said again, this is a freely available model, so you can get going quite quickly by visiting the Half Double Institute's website, halfdoubleinstitute.org, where we actually have an introduction to all the methods and all the elements right there on your screen.
Fantastic. Thanks, Christina. I think we've got one more question. So that should have popped up now. Yeah, here we go. Which language or which languages are the exams available in?
Yes, so right now the exams are available in English and Danish only. As you may gather from my accent, I am Danish and I live in Copenhagen. So the methodology was developed originally for the Danish market. And of course, we have now quickly, working together with APMG, made sure that all the materials and all the exams are available in English. And we're hoping to delve into other markets and translate both the test but also the training to other languages. But right now, English and Danish are the 2 possibilities.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Christina. I think that we can start to wrap up there, because I can't see any further questions. So yeah, I do hope that's inspired you all to go to check out the method. So do head to the halfdoubleinstitute.org website. As Christina has mentioned, there's a plethora of information there to find out more about the method and some of the supported information, like the case studies, which are also very enlightening. And we can all get on board with increasing project success rates. So hopefully, Half Double will help us achieve that. So thank you very much, Christina, for your time today, for your introduction and covering our questions. And thank you everyone who's joined us on the other end. I hope you found it very informative. We will be sending a follow-up email, so do look out for that, and we'll include a lot of links that we've covered here and maybe links to the publications that Christina's talked about. So do look after that. So thank you very much, everyone, again, and we hope to see you on future events.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much for having me this afternoon.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you, Christina.